It's currently 6 a.m. Monday morning, and what I've decided is, and this isn't one of those 2 a.m. decisions where you're like staying up late and then you're thinking about all these crazy things. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm thinking I'm going to start showing you guys insights into my life. One, as a professional and as a pilot, but two, to hopefully be able to inspire you guys and show you guys that I'm just a normal human being, but also that my life will probably be drastically different to someone else that's working, let's say, a 9 to 5 job. So for me, it's more so to educate you guys what my life might be like in my downtime as a commercial pilot and what I might get up to in that time as well. Another thing is it opens up many doors to yourself when you do become a commercial pilot. And if, for example, you outreach and you go out and find people and you network and you make connections, you can also find yourself in situations you never imagined. So I thought I'm going to start documenting this because one, I'm very busy with kind of the flying element, and unfortunately I don't necessarily want to start videoing and documenting the flying element. I know that side of things is really valuable and useful for you guys to see. However, I don't want to end up kind of breaching any policies and whatnot. So I want you guys to see a more personal side to my story as a pilot. And hopefully, if I can document this consistently, then you'll also see my growth from this position where I'm currently a first officer to eventually becoming a captain. And that will all be hopefully documented and you guys can follow it. Now, if this is something that you're interested in and this is something that you think, wow, this is going to be like useful if I can watch this guy's life and see how he's progressed as a pilot, then feel free to subscribe to my channel, like this video as well, so that it shows me that this is going to be something that you guys are going to enjoy. But I mean, in terms of what I have planned for this week, I'm going to let you guys kind of watch throughout the video and see what I get up to from my personal life as a pilot. Managed to freshen up, made myself a coffee before I go to the gym. I'm going to take my supplements before I go to the gym. It's a good word of note whilst I'm on the topic. If you're considering taking any supplements or medication or anything like that and you want to be a pilot, you do have to consult what is called an AME, and you need to contact one of them and they'll be able to prescribe you with certain medications that you have to take. For me, I have to take the correct supplements, the correct medication, and that's the case for all pilots out there. I've opted to go to my apartment gym because it's the morning and I can't really be bothered to drive to the actual gym. So today I'm training back and I'll walk you through my workout actually so that you can get an insight as to how I train my back. And then I also do some cardio at the end because I'm in the cutting stages of training at the moment. So summer's approaching. So naturally I'm gonna start cutting. I'll document it all as well so you guys can see my gym transformation hopefully too. So I like to do 30 minutes of cardio to finish this session. And that's because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm on a cut. Now, usually I do only about 3 exercises in terms of per muscle group. And I learned that from some bodybuilders that I used to kind of follow and watch. When I was younger, I used to do boxing. So at the end of a gym workout or any workout, I used to be dripping in sweat and super fatigued. So it was hard for me to adjust to like the weightlifting and bodybuilding element, where it's like at the end, you don't necessarily feel completely depleted of energy, but you feel fatigued within the muscle group that you're working. So I had to really it was a mindset shift kind of thing to say, actually, at the end of this workout, even if it doesn't feel like I've exhausted all my energy sources, I've still worked out very hard. So I do 3 exercises to target certain muscle groups within my back. So you saw it was the lat prayers, which were targeting my lats. Then I did the kneeled lat pull downs, which I learned from Jeff Nippard, who's a really knowledgeable guy in the fitness world. And then yeah, you guys saw me as well doing my rear delts, because that's another muscle group at the back which will help your kind of shoulders look a bit more rounded. So that's what I do at the end, just burn out on the rear delts. So ooh, packed my bags. I'm gonna head back now to my home city, which is West London area. So what I'll be doing is spending a week essentially there, because I have a week of work. And by a week of work, I mean 3 days of work. So Thursday, Friday and Saturday I'll be working, but the remainder of the week I'll be kind of dealing with people like maybe yourself who are aspiring pilots, helping them with their journeys. I also have my own kind of community of aspiring pilots who I'll be helping out and mentoring and helping them get to their goals of becoming a pilot. But that will be kind of what I do from a work standpoint, and that's what you're going to see. Unfortunately, when it comes to the flying aspect, I can't share too much, as you can imagine. It's a very sensitive kind of area, being airside and landside and whatnot, and so yeah, filming that side is quite difficult. But to the same extent, this stuff could be useful for you to the same degree outside of the flying element. You can see what I get up to on my time off, how I prioritize work around other stuff that I do. You'll notice that I try to really apply myself and make the most of my time, because actually when it comes to the free time, you could do one of two things. You could either spend it doing like your own stuff and going and I don't know, playing on the PlayStation and watching TV and catching up on Netflix. And to be honest, when I first started out, that's exactly what I did. I was just constantly going on Netflix, going on kind of PlayStation and enjoying my time. But then I got bored of it after a while. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time flying, so I did eventually get bored of it. And so that's why I've started doing this stuff, because actually I enjoy being productive and I enjoy sharing with you guys what life is like. I enjoy inspiring people, and it's part of the reason I came into this world of becoming a pilot. I really wanted to leave a footprint in terms of my influence and my impact on other people's journeys. So when it comes to like even travel and when it comes to education, that is where I basically hold my position, that I'd rather spend my spare time doing something productive, especially whilst I'm young. I'm still not at a retirement age or anything, so I want to make the most of my youth and deliver kind of information to you guys where it will be able to help you. Always look for ways of developing yourself, of building your knowledge basis. So if you have spare time like I do on these like long drives down to wherever you're going, or up to wherever you're going, or even on a commute, if you have time spare, 1,000,000% use that time listening to something that's going to be of some educational use to yourself and something that you're going to be able to apply to your day-to-day. That's 100% the best advice I can give you at this stage. But that being said, I'm going to go, and I'll hopefully catch you on the other side. So made it back home, and now I've got a couple of calls with some of you guys who are aspiring to become a commercial pilot. So gonna just rattle through some of those calls. Just taking a couple of calls. My nieces are staying with me in my parents' house, so I'm getting bombarded with the calls, followed by playing with my nieces, which I absolutely love doing anyway. But very hard to focus. I am very lucky. So I've been invited to play some indoor football with my mates, which is what I'm now going to do. I know I went to the gym earlier, but I can't refuse an invitation to play some football with my old school friends, because as well, now that I'm like located up in Birmingham, I don't get to see them as frequently, so it's quite nice to go and spend some time with them. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then hopefully I'll be back in about 2 hours. Finished the football session. That was a good game in the end, but I haven't played in months, so I was very, very scrappy and not great today, if I'm completely truthful. But we take the growth mentality we're gonna come back stronger next time for sure. However, now I'm literally just about to jump into the shower. I'll just jump in the shower, go straight to sleep. Tomorrow is a very important day. I have a podcast that I'm going to be featured on. So yeah, I don't know if it will be released at the time of making this video, but when it does, definitely tune into that, because it'll be something that you might potentially really enjoy. Just woke up, went straight to grab my haircut because I didn't want to run late for the shop opening. I've got to be at the studio at I believe it's 2:30. So I woke up, got my hair cut as soon as physically possible. So I literally just jumped out of the barbershop. Here's the barbershop for you. That's the barbershop, just a local one. Just showered and got ready, so now I'm going to be heading there. It's in East London where the studio is, so going to be heading down there now. Running a couple minutes late from myself. I wanted to get there a bit earlier, but naturally when you're in a very busy household, you're fighting for the bathroom, and I ultimately missed my time slot to get in the shower, so I had to wait for my brother to finish in the shower. But we're gonna head to East London now. Just pulled up to the location, so gonna head inside and perform the show or podcast, so looking forward to it, really excited. Just got here, so prayed our Dhuhr namaz, and now we're going to do the show. What steps to take to get into your position of becoming a pilot? The modular route requires a lot of discipline, because at each stage you're going to need to apply for each license. We just finished our podcast about 5 minutes ago. It was really enjoyable, actually. I really had a nice time discussing my journey as a pilot, as well as how to get into the industry. So hopefully that will be released very soon, and then you guys can have a watch of it. Just waiting for him to come down now, because he wanted to just say a goodbye to us. He's doing a quick intro to the video. But that being said, yeah, that was a great experience for myself, my first ever podcast. Kazi's decided to buy us some food from a place called Buddy's. Finally got back home, just had my food, because what I did was, instead of trying to eat it whilst I drive or anything like that, so I waited till I got home to have the food. This is actually, so the podcast was with a guy called Qazi Rahman, and it's the side-by-side podcast. And this is his takeaway business that he owns. So I had his food, and this is no kind of like affiliation or plug to himself. I actually enjoyed his food. His food was really nice. I'm not getting commissioned or anything to say this. It was nice food, so I'd definitely recommend going there. It was called Buddy's. It's in East London area kind of thing, so definitely go and pay it a visit. But yeah, that podcast was fantastic. It was really enjoyable. Just posted some photos to my Instagram, because I thought I'd keep you guys in the loop as well. But if you are interested in becoming a pilot, that could be a really valuable podcast and a valuable talk to listen to. I tried my best to explain things in a simple format so you guys can understand it. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable experience. It was my first ever podcast. But now I'm back home, I've eaten, I've got to wake up in the morning because I'm going to the airport. And the next few days are going to be kind of flights back and forth to wherever I'm going. Tomorrow is an office day, but thereafter it's going to be flights. The reason I'm doing the office day tomorrow is because this is a new base for me. So what I'm going to be doing is basically inducting myself within the base. I probably won't have much else for the rest of the evening, just going to pray and go to sleep. Just heading out now. I woke up about an hour ago. Going to head to the airport for the office duty that has been rostered. Not going to be too eventful, but I'll show you what I get up to potentially on the way back. Like I said, I can't actually show you work-related stuff, but I can show you everything around that, hopefully. So it'll give you some insight. So yeah, see you in a second. Just finished the meeting, so yeah, it was a very quick day. It's now about 10:40, so I'm gonna go home and probably go to the gym. The day it's a very windy day today, so it's not nice enough to do anything outside, but I'm definitely going to go to the gym. Cool, just got to the gym and I'm going to train cardio today. It's supposed to be legs really, but I hate doing legs, so I'm just going to go on the bike and do some cardio. For now, you probably won't see me until tomorrow, where I'm probably either heading towards work or back from work. So it is now Thursday and 3:15 in the morning right now. I'm gonna head over to work. Should be back around 4 p.m. ish, but that's depending on whether or not we get delays and or anything else for that matter. But I'll give you an update when I'm back because, like I said, I can't unfortunately document any of the operation itself. But I will give you a update when I get back. Back from my flight to Tenerife. It was an absolutely fantastic flight. I'm now back in my hometown of High Wycombe. And yeah, I really enjoyed today because I've been pretty quiet the entire month. And this came at just about the right time. I was getting a little bit tired of being at home. So going out there and operating, it felt really nice to just get out and start flying again. I'll give you a bit of a debrief of the day. So I started the day, I went, as you guys saw, it was about 3 in the morning that I woke up, and then I commuted to the airport. We got on board the aircraft, performed our normal kind of duties. We had what is called an air traffic control slot, which means you have to take off within a certain window of time. And I'm not going to overcomplicate you with the regulations and the actual statistics of that. But we ended up having that slot, but it was a little bit later than we had hoped, which meant we had a little bit of a delay due to that air traffic control restriction. The reason they have those restrictions is because maybe something en route or an airspace en route can only cater for a certain amount of aircraft, and that means that you have to enter that airspace at a specific time. So that's exactly what we did. We were given a kind of slot so that we could enter that airspace at the given time. And it's almost like having a traffic light, and when the traffic light goes green, you can go, and when it goes red, you can't go. And usually the traffic light's always green, but sometimes when it's really busy, the traffic light goes red until maybe 30 minutes later than you expected, then it goes green. But that's all kind of coordinated beforehand, and you're aware of what time that traffic light's going to go green for you guys. So yeah, just a kind of like background information, very simplistic. The reality is much different in terms of what that actually means, but I'm just trying to summarize it in a easy to consume format. However, I'm back now. We went there, we came back. That's the day of a short haul pilot where you just go to the destination, hopefully come back as long as everything kind of works out as planned. If, for example, there's something down route or a problem that you've incurred, then you may have to stay there, or divert to an alternate. Thankfully, we didn't have to do any of that. We had a very simple, I would say, day out. Captain was absolutely lovely, had a really, really nice discussion, talked about things like business and everything with regards to our personal lives. And you get to really know someone whilst you spend prolonged periods of time talking to them. And that is one thing that's really special about this industry, special about being a pilot. We are like one family of pilots. Every single guy that you share that cockpit with, you know them better than you would even know some of your friends. So it is really, really nice to share the cockpit with people who have so many dimensions to them. And that's why it's so important as well to develop those intangible competencies. I mentioned it in a video previously, but those areas of your life, if you can build skills, if you can become a multi-dimensional person, then you'll come across very interesting. And from a recruitment standpoint, from other pilot standpoint, if you have the traits of someone that is likable, someone that is easy to talk to, those kind of things are really, really important when it comes to sharing a cockpit for a prolonged period with someone. You don't want to be in there with someone that doesn't or can't talk to you in an appropriate or a nice way. If it's going to be hostile the entire time, or they're not going to be able to talk to you properly and they're just giving you one word responses, then it's going to be a pretty long day out, because you're going to be sat there with that person doing pretty much nothing except staring at your instruments, which is fine. That's what we're paid to do. However,
being able to do that whilst having some intellectual conversations is really, really valuable. The day out itself was fantastic. I'm now back in my house. I have a group call with some of my clients, which I'm really, really excited for. It's going to be a group exercise to help them prep for their airline assessments or whatever else that they're doing. So that's something I'm really looking forward to hosting for them, and it's going to be really, really beneficial for them. This kind of environment, or these kind of tasks and scenarios that you give to people, or group exercises that you give to people, those are areas where you can develop so quickly in terms of your competencies as a pilot, because we're constantly working in a group environment. So it was really, really nice to organize this, and I'm really looking forward to actually acting it out with them. So yeah, that's going to be what I do next. And then after that, I'm going to try and squeeze in a gym session. I can't guarantee I'm going to make it there, but if I do, you guys will know about it, because I'll be very proud of myself.
Have that long of a turnaround time compared to some of those other airports where the top is, so that's one thing to definitely.
Finished the group exercise. That was a really, really fun thing to do. Obviously, you guys only saw a really small snippet of it, and for kind of like their protection, and so that I don't publicly open up who they are, I've blurred the screen. But I think that was something I'm going to definitely do more of in future. So I'm going to get more of my clients on those group calls, because it's so valuable. And I learned things that I didn't realize about these guys. I didn't realize until now that I can really help them towards progressing on. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be hopefully having calls with them throughout the week to help them with any of the struggles that they may have had. But they were all fantastic. And with all of these guys, I'm super confident in that, and really enjoyed it. I enjoyed that task. I enjoyed hosting it, and I'm really looking forward to helping them hone those skills and sharpen those toolboxes. But yeah, now I'm going to try and get to the gym, see if I actually get my butt off this sofa. What did I say, guys? I said I'd let you know about it if I go to the gym, and I have made it to the gym, alhamdulillah. I'm in the gym car park. I could have easily have said, I cannot be bothered for this, and I said I'll do it because I'm committed to it now. However, I have been up since 3 a.m. and it is now 8 o'clock at night. I'm going to do my workout because I'm going to be disciplined with myself and commit to doing that every single day. And I want you guys to have no excuse. If you have some spare time in the day, even if it's an hour, go to the gym and get a workout in, or go and do something anyway productive with your time. If it's not gym, if you can't go to the gym, then read a book or something, just for an hour of your day, rather than scroll through TikTok or scroll through Instagram reels. I know that's counterproductive to myself, because I want you to watch my videos, but at the same time, I want you to benefit, and I want you to grow as individuals. I want you to develop your soft skills, so that when you are ready to come and watch my videos about how to become a pilot, then you're going to be coming to watch the videos with more competent mind state, so that you're going to be more able to become a pilot as well. So yeah, definitely spend an hour or spend some time in your day to commit yourself to that. Just got back from my flight from Faro. So I went to Faro and then back. The flight time today was about 2.5 hours both ways. We had a bit of a jet stream that was pushing us back up towards London. So on the way down, it was a little bit longer. It worked out to about a total of about 5.5 hours of flight time, which is great, because that's logged in the logbook. And the flight time itself was fantastically short, because I was having a really nice conversation and discussion with the captain, who was a really experienced guy, and he was a lovely guy to talk to. Now, when you're in the aviation world, what you'll find is being able to speak to the captains for prolonged periods is a really valuable skill to hone, because it actually makes the day go by a lot quicker as well. Sometimes you get guys that are really quiet and they don't want to interact with the captain too much, or the other way around, the captain doesn't want to interact too much with their first officer, and then you just end up basically sitting and staring at the instruments, maybe going through the manuals and refreshing your kind of skills in that regard. But it does tend to slow down the day quite drastically, and actually I would argue it also makes your brain slow down. I would say, if you're not having an intellectual engaging discussion or doing something engaging, then your brain's going to switch off. So keeping your brain engaged, keeping the conversation flowing, discussions can go wherever, but ultimately, if your mind is still staying active, it's a really, really effective way to make the day go by faster and keep your brain going. So I'm back from the gym, not that you can probably tell. Did some cardio, did my back workout. My back's pretty messed up now. Holding this phone right now is pretty tough. However, I'm back now. So what I'm going to do is shower, and then I'll probably just get some work done for my clients because that's super important to me. Then after that, I will probably just eat and go to sleep. Just got back from the gym, back in my room, which you're becoming more and more familiar with, I'd imagine. Just had a shower, so gonna basically freshen myself up, grab a coffee, and then start getting ready for work. I've got about 2 hours until report, so there's plenty of time to get there and get on the buses and whatnot, whatever I need to do to get to kind of the crew room in time. So yeah, I've got plenty of time. However, at the moment, I'm just going to kind of take my time with it. I don't like to rush things. I like to take my time, be methodical about how I prep. So going to put my uniform on in a second, but first I want to pray Dhuhr. As you guys can imagine, when you're kind of trying to pray and fly, it can get a bit complicated and confusing. So I try and get as many of the prayers out of the way as I can before I start flying. So I can do Dhuhr. When I get there, I can't do Asr, so I'll have to do that when I actually start flying. So whilst I'm flying, I'll probably pray Asr. And then Maghrib and Isha, I can probably pray on the way back. So on the inbound flight back from Rhodes, I'll probably pray Maghrib and Isha. When it comes to the flying element, it's going to be around 3 hours and 40 minutes or so to get to Rhodes and back. Obviously, we have a turnaround on the ground, which is about an hour of a turnaround. And then we come straight back to London Luton, which is where we're departing from. So it's going to be a relatively long afternoon. I think scheduled to be back in the UK around 2:40 a.m. tomorrow, which is absolutely fine. It's completely normal to do that. And I'm fully well rested and I feel fine. So that's all 100% okay. If I was worried that I was going to be tired or I was going to be really fatigued as a result of the flight, then I would obviously call in fatigued to the kind of crewing department, and then they would find someone else who's on a standby to replace me. But for this particular flight, I'm absolutely fine, and I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest. I like getting these long flights in. You can build your hours up, and then you can put those hours towards your command or towards kind of upping your rankings. So my rank at the moment is a first officer. What I want to get next is a senior first officer, and then after that it will be a captain position. So as you guys can see, I'm back in Birmingham. It's the morning after my flight in my what is empty flat. Ultimately, it was a great day out to Rhodes and back. The flight times were actually shortened in the end as well, because when you're coming back at about 2 in the morning into London airspace, pretty much everything's very, very quiet. Usually London airspace is always busy, but at that time it's very quiet, so you can then get lots of shortcuts, and that's exactly what we got. We got a really nice shortcut which cut off almost 20 minutes from our journey, which meant we were really early. Heading to the gym now because I've had a break in my calls. So it's 11:30 and then my next call is not until 2 o'clock. So I've got plenty of time to basically go to the gym and bang out a workout, which is what I'm going to do. Today I'm training legs, unfortunately. So I'm going to be doing legs at the gym, and then I'll come back, have a shower, and continue with the calls up until around 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock I have an Arabic lesson, and then after that I'm basically free for the rest of the afternoon/evening. Might go to the cinema, to be honest. I've got an unlimited card, which is like it means you can go and watch whatever movie. I pay like a subscription for it, but I can go and watch whatever movie I want. So I think I'm gonna go and watch a movie, to be honest. I've got the day off tomorrow, so yeah, might as well go and make the most of my time by myself. But for now, going to the gym. Just finished my workout, did some cardio, and much to my surprise, I also did legs. I think I was just walking past one of the leg machines and I thought, I can't just not do it now. And so I just thought I'll jump on and do some legs. I've booked to go and watch a movie called Sinner. It's got Michael B. Jordan in it. It looks very good. The reviews are very good. I think it's the first day it's come out. I haven't checked because I've been so busy, but I'm gonna go and watch it. I've taken one seat in the IMAX cinema, so I'm like right in the middle, and I'll let you guys know how that movie is, whether I recommend it or whether I don't.
So I just got home from the cinema. I completed some of those calls which I mentioned earlier, and then basically showered and went to the cinema, watched Sinners. Now, like I mentioned, the reviews were fantastic for it. Coming back and watching it myself, my personal review, it had a very deep meaning and an interesting meaning. Would I recommend it? No comment. I don't want to really say because I don't want to ruin my cred. But this has been the weekly vlog essentially completed. And if you liked this, please leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to my channel so that I know that I'm reaching as many people as I physically can. And if you did like it, please just leave a comment saying you enjoyed it. I won't make any more of these if there isn't that much attraction or appeal towards it. If you guys enjoyed it, then that's fantastic for me. Because what you saw and what you got to see this week was what I get up to in my spare time. Now, granted, this week has been very busy for me, surprisingly, when it comes to the flying element. In the past few months, I've not flown 3 days on the trot. So this is the first time, actually, I've flown 3 days on the trot in a long time. So you've seen what it looks like. This is actually quite average anyway for, I would say, springtime in the aviation sector. But you've seen what I get up to in my spare time. Generally, I spend a lot of my time helping my clients. However, I can also get time to go to cinema. I can get time to go and do other things that I wouldn't necessarily be able to do. So there is the caveat that I get to spend a lot of the time to do whatever I want to, essentially. So if you enjoyed that element, just seeing what I get up to in my spare time, and you want me to continue doing that, like I said, just leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it.